Hey Angel, I hope the little intro video piqued your interest because today what we're going to talk about is thrifting when traveling. And it doesn't necessarily have to be thrifting, but generally buying home decor items when you're abroad or in a different city or just generally elsewhere but home. Because I believe that in order to get a somewhat eclectic style, you need to curate your space. You need to broaden your horizons a little bit further than Zara home. A little bit further than H&M home. That's just my personal opinion. But I think that when you're traveling, it is a wonderful opportunity to find some special items to bring with you home. And as always, I'm going to use myself as an example. So I want to show you the home decor that I bought when traveling in Japan. Now, let me just start out by saying that Japan is amazing. I saw a lot of cool places, met a lot of nice people. I ate a lot of good food. But we're obviously not here to talk about food. We're going to talk about home decor. Before I say anything else, let me just throw out a little disclaimer. I have a dog snoring in the background and he tends to go a little bit loud. Yeah, we can ask him if you want to say a few words later on. So I was staying in Osaka, which has often been referred to as Japan's second capital. It's a really, really cool city, definitely worth a visit. And one of the first places that I went was Osaka Castle. The very first thing that I bought, I actually bought it in a gift shop in Osaka Castle. And it's these little sake cups, tin cups. The tin craftsmanship was really big in Osaka, and it was a very sturdy material that traditionally has been used for making cutlery and plates and medicine jars and all of this. And if you've spent any time on my channel, you will hopefully know that I like chrome and silver. And so these little tin buddies was right up my alley. The second place I went was a second-hand shop called Second Street. Now this is a chain. They have lots of different shops around in Japan. Like there's a rather random selection of things. You can get anything from paintings and clothing to bags and shoes and whatever. They have usually a big luxury items section. So you could go there and get Louis Vuitton, or you can go and get a vase. I bought this slightly on a whim. It was cute. I could decorate my little dorm room. And after buying it, and the more I look at it, the more I love it. I think the glazing is really cool. And it's just become a staple in my home. Initially I probably should have said that I am very fascinated with Japanese design principles. There's this connection to nature and natural materials that we don't see in the fast-paced society of bruk og kast something. I don't know how to say that in English, but basically how we are quick to throw things away. But with, for instance, wabi-sabi, instead of throwing it away, why don't you just mend it and appreciate the things about it that's not perfect? That being said, let's move on to the next one. I went to a market that was just close to a hotel I was staying at in the beginning. Yeah, I bought these and I didn't get the guy's card, sadly, nor did I get the name of his shop. So he's making ceramics somewhere in Osaka. Now I am on a journey of improving my tableware. Annoyingly, everything I bought in 2s, not in 4s. And so I don't have a complete set of anything, but that's okay. Eclectic. It's gonna be just eclectic. Ooh. So yeah, those are nice. Not thrifted, but bought locally. I guess I say a lot of times that you should thrift, but I am a big fan of buying stuff that people make as well, like handcrafted items. I always think is really nice because you get to meet the person who's put time and effort into making it, which I think is very cool. Moving on, I went to a temple market, which was insane. It's the coolest market I've ever been to. They had anything that you can imagine. Lots of antiques, items that was far out of my price range and would not fit my suitcase, but was still just amazing to go and look at. And this is why I need to go to markets alone, because I can spend a good 3 to 5 hours at a market. And I'm yet to meet someone with the, the same enthusiasm and excitement and, should I say stamina as I have. And so I usually go to these things alone. And this particular market happens every last Sunday of the month. And I had big plans on going back. Sadly, never made it. So it was just that one time I got to go. What I like to do in a situation like this, because I also get decision fatigue. So I like to make a lap, kind of scan the boots. So I usually only bring a certain amount of cash. And then I'm like, well, if I buy this, what if I find something else later on that I'm gonna like more? Or what if I spend money on this that I kind of want and then I find something else that I really want? Decision fatigue. And so I like to make a lap and then make my decision. The downside to that is that you might find something that you really like, you don't buy it, and by the time you have gone full circle, someone else had bought it. And you know, this happened to me actually. I found these little dishes. And it was a set of 4. I made a lap, came back, there was only 2 left. It's these little guys, and I think they are really, really fun because on the inside there's a no mask, a traditional no mask, which is a type of theater in Japanese traditional theater. And then on the outside, it's a like little devil's mask or like demon or something. So I thought that was really cool. And I have 2 of those. I know they're not for everyone, but they're definitely for me. In that same market, I also found an old magazine. I have a feeling she said it was from year 2000. And if that's right, then that makes this magazine 24 years old. Definitely older than some of you. Anyway, I thought it was really cool because it has just lots of pictures that I could potentially cut out and hang on the wall. It's just fun to flick through. Now, I obviously can't read it, but I thought it's cool. Yeah, sometimes you need no more explanation or justification than that. Thought it was cool. That's how I feel about most of my tattoos, by the way. Don't necessarily need a justification other than you think it's cool. Anyway, in Japan, when you buy ceramics or mugs or whatever, sometimes you get it in a little wooden box, which is perfect for both the traveling with it home and if you want to gift it. I have a feeling that the stuff on the inside is like who it's by or where it's from. Not entirely sure, don't quote me. But I thought this was really, really cute, which is a teeny tiny little dish with a crane in it. This one is vintage or antique, not entirely sure again, but definitely old. And I'm a little bit nervous to use this because I think it's so pretty and I would like to enjoy it more, but I'm also scared of it breaking, which is obviously a little bit silly. One of my friends came to visit and we went to a small place called Koyasan, I think that's the name, a little village in the middle of nowhere. And they have a very famous temple and graveyard there. So we went to look at that. And in the little city, we came across a shop where I bought this. I'm not entirely sure what it is. In the shop, they had something inside it. I didn't know what it was, so I only bought the box. And it's very small. I don't really know what to do with it. And so it's just become decorative. But it's really cute and I really loved the design. Again, this is not thrifted, this is new. Then a couple of weeks later, I went to an area called Wakayama where we did like a massive pilgrim hike. And on one of the days, we stopped at this tiny little house along the road that was known for serving really good ramen. I can confirm the ramen was really good. And when we were sat there, I was looking around and they have all these little things for spices. And I asked the guy where he got it and he told me that he bought it in the cooking district in Osaka. The cooking district is basically just an area with a lot of wholesalers or just like shops that are full of dishware. Places where restaurants go to buy in bulk stuff to use in their restaurants. And I found the little dishes with the little spoons. And so I have this one which I use at the table where I just have salt in it. And then I got another one that I have more like spices in it in the kitchen. And I think they're really, really cute. So if you do go to Osaka, I highly recommend going to the cooking district if you're into plates and chopsticks and stuff. So actually I want to show you some of the stuff that I got there, because I didn't just get this one. Got these chopstick rests. Again, these are also made from tin. And in Japan in general, I guess that's a souvenir, the chopstick rests, where you can get them in funny little shapes and stuff. Now, in the same cooking district, I also came across these ones. So, as I've said probably 1,000 times, I was looking for plates. And this little guy, oh shit. This little guy that I found in Koyasan, I said I was really in love with the design, right? Then when I was in the cooking district, looking through piles and piles of little plates, I came across these little guys, which is by the same freaking design company. Now, it would have been amazing if I could share with you their name, but I don't know what it is. This is the first time I did get 4 different ones. So I got this one, which is the same as the box. And then, yeah, just got a few different ones, and they are just freaking gorgeous. And I'm so happy about these. These are probably some of my absolute favorite things that I got. And it's something that you could get too, if you can figure out the name of this design company. Also, when you buy stuff on, when you're out traveling, it's a conversation starter for, you know, breaking the ice. If the dinner party is a little bit stale, you could be like, so hey, did you notice these cool little plates? I actually got them in Japan. Wow, I'm truly rambling today. I hope it makes sense. One of the final markets that I went to was just before I went home in Kyoto. I don't remember the name of this either, but it was a really good one. This was more of a handcrafts market, not so much vintage stuff, but I came across this old, really cute couple who were doing ceramics, and well, I had to get a couple of things. So I got this little bottle, which is a sake bottle, I believe. I was really drawn to it due to its shape. It's made so that, you know, someone with shorter nails than me, which are real, by the way. Let me just stress that. Wow, that was so shallow. Anyway, is this what you do? ASMR? I was drawn to it due to its shape and how you can, you know, hold it and pour it like that. And also the glazing. I thought the glazing was really amazing. I don't use it for sake. I use it as just a decorative piece. The second thing I bought from this couple was a cup or a mug. I don't know if mug is the right word, because usually a mug you need a handle, but I feel like this is a typical Japanese teacup where you would put some, what is it called? The green stuff. Oh my god. Matcha. There we go. You get matcha, use a little bamboo spoon and a whisk, and then you whisk it in the mug, and then you have matcha. Now, I will admit, I'm not huge on matcha, so personally, I use it more for coffee, and also the occasional tea bag. And I love it. Love it. And then, in the same market, but different vendor, I got this tiny little vase. And again, just drawn to it due to its shape and the little swirls on it. I think it's a really cool, unique design. Put it in my basket. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. No, actually, it was not. There is more. Fuck, I forgot. In Kyoto, there is an antique bookshop that I went to a couple of times. And in that bookshop, I found a book. And you know, I loved, it's the same with the magazine that I bought. I love a good coffee table book. Or just like something to casually be displayed in the background. Now, the thing about this book though, it's not vintage, even though it is from an antique bookstore. This is an art book for a type of art called shunga, which is a very erotic type of pictures. I'm not really going to show you any of the pictures because, as I said, very explicit. But I would recommend Googling it. You're in for a treat. This is the entire collection from the exhibition, and pictures are rather forward. It's a great conversation starter, depending on what kind of friends you have, of course. They're rather conservative, then maybe you shouldn't look it up. If you're not so conservative, then you might have a laugh or just appreciate it. And then finally, I got a couple of pictures which are a special technique called, completely brain dead today. Like, they're wood carved pictures. They're really, really cool. It's a specific technique of making pictures. This is Biggie. He's been interrupting the entire recording and he's completely over it. He doesn't want me to continue talking. Do you have a few words you want to say? Want to say a few words? Oh, don't lick it. Okay, nice. So with that, I think I'm gonna end it. Do share with me some of the coolest things that you've bought in your travels. Also, tell me where it's from. And if you're planning to go somewhere fun this summer, I hope that you consider buying some fun vintage or not vintage home decor instead of souvenirs. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun, even though, you know, we're fighting over your attention at the moment. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you next time. Bye! We're gonna go pee pee poo poo? Pee pee poo poo? Pee pee poo poo? Bye!